Let attention be at a place where you are seeing some past happening, and even your form, having lost its present characteristics, is transformed. Feel an object before you. Feel the absence of all other objects but this one. Then, leaving aside the object feeling and the absence feeling, realize. When a mood against someone or for someone arises, do not place it on the person in question, but remain centered.
One of the great tantrics of this age, George Gurdjieff, thinks that identification is the only sin. And the sutra, the 10th sutra, which we are going to penetrate tonight, is concerned with identification. So first, be crystal clear what identification means. You were a child once. Now you are not. Now someone is young. Someone is old. The childhood has become a past thing. Youth has gone. But still you are identified with your childhood. You cannot see it as happening to someone else. You cannot be a witness to it. Whenever you see your childhood, you are not aloof from it. You are one with it. Whenever someone remembers his youth, he is one with it. Really, now it is just a dream. And if you can see your childhood as a dream, as a film passing before you, and you are not identified with it, but you are just a witness, you will achieve a very subtle insight into yourself. If you can see your past as a film, as a dream, you are not part of it. You are just out of it. And really you are. If you are thinking about your childhood, you are not in it. You cannot be. The childhood is just a memory. Just a tabbed memory. You are standing aloof and looking at it. You are different. You are a witness. If you can feel this witnessing and can see your childhood as a film on a screen, many things will happen. One, if childhood has become now just a dream which you can see, then whatsoever you are just now will become a dream the next day. If you are young, then your youth will become a dream. If you are old, then your old age also will become a dream. One day you were a child. Now the childhood has become just a dream. And you can observe it. It is good to start with the past. Observe the past and disidentify yourself with it. Become a witness. Then observe the future. Whatsoever you imagine about the future, be a witness to it also. And then you can observe your present very easily. Because then you know whatsoever is present just now, yesterday was future. And tomorrow will become past. And your witness is never past, never future. Your witnessing consciousness is eternal. It is not part of time. That's why everything that happens in the time becomes a dream. Remember this also. Whenever you are dreaming something in the night, you become identified with it. And you can never remember in your dream that this is a dream. Only in the morning, when you have awakened from the sleep, you can remember that that was a dream, not a reality. Why? Because now you are aloof, not in it. Now there is a gap, some space is there, and you can see that it was a dream. But what is your whole past? The gap is there, the space is there. Try to see as a dream. Now it is a dream. Now it is nothing more than a dream. Because as dream becomes memory, your past has become just a memory. You cannot prove really that whatsoever you think was your childhood was real or was just a dream. It is difficult to prove. It may have been just a dream. It may have been real. The memory cannot say whether it was real or a dream. And psychologists say old men occasionally get confused what they have dreamed and what was real. Children always get confused. In the morning, small children cannot differentiate. Whatsoever they have seen in the dream was not real. They may weep for a tired destroyed in the dream. And even you also, for a few moments after the sleep is broken, are still affected by the dream. If someone was murdering you in the dream, your sleep has gone broken, you are wide awake, but your heart is still beating fast. Your blood circulation is fast. You may be still perspiring. And a subtle fear is still there, hovering around you. And now you are awake and the dream has passed. You will take a few minutes to feel that it was simply a dream and nothing else. And when you can feel that it was a dream, you are out of it. Then there is no fear. If you can feel that the past was just a dream, but you are not to project this and force this idea that past was just a dream. It is a consequence. If you can observe it, be aware of it, not getting involved in it, not being identified with it, if you can stand aloof and look at it, it will become a dream. Anything that you can look as a witness is dream. That's why Sankara and Nagarjuna could say that this world is just a dream. Not that it is a dream. They are not fools, not simpletons, to say that this world is a dream. They mean by saying this that they have become witnesses. Even to this world which is so actual, they have become witnesses. And once you become a witness of anything, it becomes a dream. That is the meaning why world is called a Maya. Not that it is unreal, but that one can become a witness to it. And once you become a witness, aware, fully aware, the whole thing drops as a dream for you. Because the space is there and you are not identified with it. But we get on being identified. Just a few days before, I was reading Jean-Jacques Rousseau's Confessions. This is a rare book. It is the first book really in world literature in which someone bears himself totally naked. Whatsoever sins he has committed, whatsoever immoralities, he opens himself totally naked. But if you read Confessions of Rousseau, you are bound to feel that he is enjoying it. He feels much elated. Talking about his sins, talking about his immoralities, he feels elated. It seems that he is enjoying it with much relish. And in the beginning, in the introduction, Rousseau says that when the last day of judgment will come, I will say to God, the Almighty, you need not bother about me. Read this book. And you will know everything. No one before me has confessed so truly. And in the end of the book, he says, Almighty God, eternal God, fulfill my only one desire. I have confessed everything. Now let there gather a big crowd to listen to my confessions. So it is rightly suspected that he may have confessed those sins also which he has not committed. He feels so elated. And he is enjoying the whole thing. He has got identified. And there is only one sin which he is not confessing. And that sin is being identified. Whatsoever he has committed or not committed, he is getting identified. And that is the only sin for those who know deeply how human mind functions. When for the first time he read his confessions amidst a small group of intellectuals, he was thinking that something earth-shaking will happen. Because he was the first man to confess so truly as he says. The intellectuals listened, they got more and more bored. Rousseau felt very uneasy. He was thinking something miraculous is going to happen. And when he ended, they all felt relieved. But no one said anything. There was complete silence for a few moments. And Rousseau's heart was shattered. He was thinking he has created a very revolutionary thing. Earth-shaking, historical. And there was simple silence and everyone was just trying how to get away from here. Who is interested in your sins except yourself? No one is interested in your virtues. No one is interested in your sins. Man is such. He gets elated. He gets strengthened in his ego by his virtues and by his sins also. After writing Confessions, Rousseau began to think himself a sage, a saint, because he has confessed. But the basic sin remains. The basic sin is being identified with happenings in time. Whatsoever happens in time is dreamlike. And unless you get unattached with it, non-identified with it, you will never know what bliss is. Identification is misery. Non-identification is bliss. This 10th technique is concerned with identification. 10th, let attention be at a place where you are seeing some past happening, and even your form, having lost its present characteristics, is transformed. Let attention be at a place where you are seeing some past happening, and even your form, having lost its present characteristics, is transformed. You are remembering your past, any happening, your childhood, your love affair, death of your father or mother, anything. Look at it. Don't get involved in it. Remember it as if you are remembering someone else's life. And when this happening is being filmed again, is on the screen again, be attentive, aware, a witness, remaining aloof. Your past form will be there in the film, in the story. If you are remembering your love affair, first love affair, you will be there with your beloved. Your past form will be there with your beloved. You cannot remember otherwise. Be detached to your past form also. Look at the whole phenomena as someone else is loving someone else, as if the whole thing doesn't belong to you. You are just a witness, an observer. This is a very, very basic techniques, has been much used, particularly by Buddha. There are many forms of this technique. You can find out your own way of approaching this. For example, just falling into his sleep in the night, ready to fall into his sleep. Go backwards in the memory of the whole day. Backwards. Don't start from the morning. Start right from where you are, just on the bed, the last item, and then go back. Then go back, by and by, step by step. Just to the first experience in the morning when you became awoke. Go back. And remember continuously that you are not getting involved. For example, in the afternoon someone insulted you. So see yourself, the form of yourself, being insulted by someone, but you remain just an observer. Don't get involved. Don't get again angry. If you get again angry, then you are identified. Then you have missed the point of meditation. Don't get angry. He is not insulting you. He is insulting the form that was in the afternoon. That form has gone now. You are just like a river flowing. The forms are flowing. In the childhood you had one form. Now you don't have that form. That form has gone. River like you are changing continuously. So when in the night you are meditating backwards on the happenings of the day, just remember, you are a witness. Don't get angry. Someone was praising you. Don't get elated. Just look the whole thing as if you are looking indifferently to a film. And backwards is very helpful, particularly for those who have any trouble with his sleep. If you have any trouble with his sleep, insomnia, sleeplessness, you find difficult to fall into sleep, this will help deeply. Why? Because this is the unwinding of the mind. When you go back, you are unwinding the mind. In the morning, you start winding, and the mind gets tangled in many things, in many places. Unfinished, incomplete, many things remain on the mind. And there is no time to let them settle at that very moment. So in the night, go back. This is the unwinding process. And when you will be getting just to the morning, just on your bed, the first thing in the morning, you will have the same fresh mind as it was in the morning. And then now you can fall asleep like a very small child. This technique of going back you can use for your whole life also. Mahavir used this very much, of going back. And now, there is a movement in America, Dianetics. They are using this method very, very usefully. This movement, Dianetics, they say that all your diseases are just hangovers of the past. And they are right. If you can go backwards and unwind your whole life, with that unwinding, many diseases will disappear completely. And it has proved from so many successful incidents, so many successful cases are there now. Someone is suffering from a particular disease. No physiological, no medical help helps. The disease continues. The disease seems to be psychological. What to do about it? Just to say to someone that your disease is psychological is of no help. Rather, it may prove harmful, because no one feels good when you say your disease is psychological. What he can do now, he feels helpless. This going backwards is a miraculous method. If you go back, slowly unwinding the mind to the first moment when this disease happened. Go by and by back, when for the first time you were attacked by this disease. If you can unwind to that moment, you will come to know that this disease is basically a complex of certain other things, certain psychological things. And going back, those psychological things will bubble up. When you will pass through that moment when this disease attacked you, suddenly you will become aware what psychological factors contributed to it. And you are not to do anything, you are just to be aware of those psychological factors and go on backwards. Many diseases simply disappear from you, because the complex is broken. And you have become aware of the complex. Now, there is no need of it. You are cleaned of it, purged. This is a deep catharsis. And if you can do it daily, you will feel a new health, a new freshness coming to you. And if we can teach children to do it daily, they will never be burdened by their past. They will not need anything to go to the past. They will be always here and now. There is no hang-up. Nothing is hovering on them from the past. So you can do it daily, and that will give you a new insight. If you can go through the whole day backwards, the mind would like to start from the morning, remember. But then there is no unwinding. Rather, the whole thing is re-emphasized. If you start from the morning, you are doing a very wrong thing. There are many so-called teachers in India who suggest that do it, reflect on the whole day, and they always say do it from the morning again. That is wrong and harmful, because you are re-emphasizing the whole thing. And the track will be deepened if you go from the morning to the evening. Never do that. Always go backwards. Only then you clean the whole thing, purge the whole thing. The mind would like to start from the morning because it is easy. And the mind knows it. And there is no problem. If you start backwards, suddenly you will feel you have jumped in the morning and you have started again forward. Don't do that. Be aware. Go back. You can train your mind through other things also. Just go back from 100 to 99, 98, 97, go back. From 100 to 1, backwards. You will feel a little difficulty, because mind has a habit to go from 1 to 100, never from 100 to 1. And the same way you have to go backwards. What will happen? Going backwards, unwinding the mind, you are a witness. You are seeing things that happened to you, but now they are not happening to you. Now you are just an observer and they are happening on the screen of the mind. Daily doing this, suddenly one day you will become aware while in the day, working in the market, in your office or anywhere, suddenly you will become aware that why you cannot be a witness just now. If you can be a witness later on and see someone insulting you without being angry, why not right now? Someone is insulting you. What is the difficulty? You can pull yourself apart just now, and you can see that someone is insulting you, and still you are different from your body, your mind, that who is insulted, and you can witness it. Witnessing this, you will not get angry. Then it is impossible. Anger is possible only when you are identified. If you are not identified, anger is impossible. Anger means identification. This technique says, look at any happening of the past. Your form will be also there. The sutra says your form, not you. You were never there. Always your form is involved. You are never involved. When you insult me, you don't insult me. You cannot insult me. You can insult only the form. The form, I am just here and now for you. You can insult that form. And I can detach myself from the form. That's why Hindus have always been insisting that from Nam Roop, name and form, don't be attached. You are neither your name nor your form. You are the consciousness who knows the form and the name. And the consciousness is different, totally different. But it is difficult. So start with past, then it is easy. Because now, with the past, there is no urgency. Someone insulted you 20 years back. There is no urgency in it. The man may have died. And everything is finished. It is just a dead affair. Just dust from the past. It is easy to be aware of it. But once you can become aware, there is no difficulty to use it just here and now. But to start from here and now is difficult. The problem is so urgent. And it is so near, there is no space to move. It is difficult to create a space and move away from the incident. That's why the sutra says start with the past. Look at your own form, detached, standing aloof, indifferent. And be transformed through this. You will be transformed through this. Because it is a deep cleaning, unwinding. And once you can know that your body, your mind, your existence in time is not your basic reality. The substantial reality is different. Things come on and go upon it without touching it in the least. You remain innocent, untouched. You remain virgin. The whole thing passes. The whole life passes. Good and bad, success and failure, praise and blame, everything passes. Disease and health, youth and old age, birth and death, everything passes, and you are untouched by it. But how to know this untouched reality within you? That is the purpose of this technique. Start with the past. There is gap. You can look at your past. The perspective is possible. Or look at the future. But to look at the future is difficult. Only for few persons observing the future is not difficult. Poets, imaginary people who can look in the future as if they are looking at reality. But ordinarily, past is good. You can look in the past. For a young man, it may be good to look in the future. It is easier for them to look in the future because youth is future oriented. For old men, there is no future except death. They cannot look in the future. They are afraid. That's why old men start always thinking about the past. They go on always again and again in the memories. But they commit the same mistake. They start from the past towards their present state of being. That's wrong. They should go backwards. If you can go backwards many times, by and by you will feel your whole past is washed away from you. And a person can die without the past clinging to him. And if you can die without the past clinging to you, you will die conscious. You will die fully aware. Then death will not be a death to you. Rather, it will be a meeting with the deathless. Clean the whole consciousness of the dust of the past. And your very being is transformed through it. Try this. This method is not very difficult. Only persistent effort is needed. There is no inherent difficulty in the method. Method is simple. And you can start with your day. Just tonight, on your bed, go backwards. And you will feel very beautiful. You will feel very blissful. And when the whole day will be past, but don't be in a hurry. Pass slowly so nothing is missed. And it is a very strange feeling because many things will come up before our eyes you may have really missed while passing the day because you were too much engaged. And mind goes on collecting, even unawares. You were passing through a street, someone was singing. You might not have paid any attention. You may not be even aware that you have heard a song just passing by the street. But the mind has heard and recorded it. Now that will cling. That will become a burden to you unnecessarily. Go back. But go very slowly, as if a film is being shown to you in very slow motion. Go and see the details. And then your one day will look very, very long. It is really. Because for the mind there have been millions of informations. And the mind has recorded everything. Now go back. By and by you will become capable of knowing everything that has been recorded. And once you can go back, it is just like a tape recorder. It is washed away. And by the time you will be reaching the morning, you will fall asleep. And the quality of the sleep will be different. It will be meditative. Then again in the morning when you feel that now you have awakened, don't open your eyes immediately. go backwards in the night. It will be difficult in the beginning. You may go a little. Some part, some fragment of a dream which you were just dreaming before the sleep was broken may come to your mind. But by and by, with a gradual effort, you will be able to penetrate more and more and more. And in a 3 months period, you will be capable to move backwards to the point when you fall asleep. And if you can go deep backwards within your sleep, your quality of sleep and waking will change completely, because then you cannot dream. Dream becomes futile. If you can go backwards in the day and in the night, dream is not needed. Really, now psychologists say dream is an unwinding. If you yourself have done it, then there is no need. All that has been hanging in the mind ought to complete itself in the dream. You were passing and you have seen something, a beautiful house, and a subtle desire arose in you to possess it. But you were going to your office, and this is no time for daydreaming. You just passed away. You not even noticed that the mind has created a desire to possess this house. But now that desire is hanging there suspended. And if it cannot be relieved, it will be difficult to sleep. Difficulties in sleep basically mean only one thing, that your day is still hanging over you and you cannot be relieved of it. You are clinging to it. In the night you will see a dream. You have become the owner of the house. Now you are living in that house and everything. The moment that this dream comes to you, your mind is relieved. So ordinarily, people think that dreams are disturbances in sleep. That is absolutely wrong. Dreams are not disturbances of your sleep. They are not disturbing your sleep. They are really helpers. Without them, you cannot sleep at all. As you are, you cannot sleep without dreams. Because your dreams are helping to complete things which have remained incomplete. And there are things which cannot be complete. Your mind goes on desiring absurd desires. They cannot be completed in reality. So what to do? Those incomplete desires go on poking. They go on pinching you. They say, fulfill us. So what to do? You have seen a beautiful woman and you liked her. Now the desire has arisen to possess her. It may not be possible. The woman even may not look at you. So what to do? The dream will help you. In dream you can possess the woman. And then the mind is relieved. As far as mind is concerned, there is no difference between dream and reality. As far as mind is concerned, what is the difference? Loving a woman in reality and loving a woman in dream, what is the difference? For the this may be the difference, that the dream phenomenon may be more beautiful, because the woman will not disturb. It is your dream and you can do anything, and the woman will not create any problem for you. And the other is absent completely. You are alone. There is no barriers. You can do whatsoever you like. There is no difference for the mind. Mind cannot make any distinction what is dream and what is reality. For example, if you can be for 1 year completely, and you dream on and on, for 1 year completely you will not be able to feel anything in any way that whatsoever you are seeing is a dream. It will be real. And the dream will continue for 1 year. Psychologists say if we can put a man in coma for 100 years, he will dream for 100 years. Not for a single moment suspecting that whatsoever he is doing is just a dream. And if he dies, he will never know that his life was just a dream. It was never real. For the mind, there is no difference. The reality and the dream are both the same. So mind can unwind itself in dream. If you do this technique, then there will be no need for dreams. And your quality of sleep will be changed totally. Because without dreams, you fall to the very bottom of your being. And without dreams, you will be aware in your sleep also. That's what Krishna says in Gita. That while everyone is deep asleep, the yogi is not. The yogi is awake. That doesn't mean that yogi is not sleeping. He is also sleeping, but the quality of his sleep is different. Your sleep is just like drugged unconsciousness. His sleep is a deep relaxation, but no unconsciousness. His whole body is relaxed. Every fiber of the body and cell of the body is relaxed. No tension left, but he is fully aware of the whole phenomena. Try this technique. Start from tonight. Try it. And then in the morning also. And when you feel that you are tuned to the technique, you can do it. Then after 1 week, try it for your past. Just take 1 day off. Go to some lonely place. It will be good if you fast. Fast and be silent. Lie down on some lonely beach or under some tree and just move towards your past from this point that you are lying on the beach, feeling the sand and the sun, and move now backwards. And go on penetrating, and find out the last thing that you can remember. You will be surprised. Ordinarily, you cannot remember much. And you cannot pass the barrier of 4 or 5 years of age. Those who are with very good memory, they may go even to the 3-year age barrier. But then, suddenly a block comes and everything goes dark. But if you try with this technique, by and by you will break the barrier. And very easily you can come to remember the first day you were born. And that's a revelation. And back again to your sand and beach, you will be a different man. And if you do more effort, you can penetrate the womb. And you have memories of the womb, 9 months memories with your mother. Those 9 months period is also recorded in the mind. When your mother was depressed, you have recorded it. Because you felt depressed. You were so connected with the mother, so united, so one, that whatsoever was happening to your mother was happening to you. When she was angry, you were angry. When she was happy, you were happy. When she was praised, you felt it. You felt elated. When she was ill, you felt it. The pain, the suffering, everything. If you can penetrate to the womb, now you are on the right track. And then by and by you can penetrate more, and you can remember the first moment when you entered the womb. Only because of this remembrance, Mahavir and Buddha could say that there is past life, rebirth. Rebirth is not really a principle. It is just a deep psychological experience. And if you can remember the first moment you entered the womb of your mother, then you can penetrate more and you can remember your death of your past life. And once you touch that point, then the method is in your hand. Now you can move very easily to all your past lives. And this is the experience, and the result is phenomenal. Because once you know that many lives, you have lived the same nonsense that you are living now. You have done this whole nonsense so many times repeatedly. The pattern is the same. The format is the same, only details differ. You loved some other woman, now you love some other woman. You gathered money, the coins were different, now the coins are different. But the whole pattern is the same, repetitive. Once you can see that many lives you have lived the same nonsense, stupid has been this whole vicious circle. Suddenly you are awakened and the whole thing becomes a dream. You are thrown away from it. And now you don't want to repeat the same in the future. Desires stop. Because desire is nothing but past being projected in the future. Desire is nothing but your past experience in search of its repetition again. Desire means just an old experience you want to repeat again. Nothing else. And you cannot leave desire unless you become aware of this whole phenomenon. How can you leave it? The past is there. A great barrier, rock-like barrier. It is upon your head. It is pushing you towards the future. Desires are created by the past and projected in the future. If you can know the past as a dream, all desires become impotent. They fall down. They just wither away. And the future disappears. In this disappearance of past and future, you are transformed. 11th technique. Feel an object before you. Feel the absence of all other objects but this one. Then, leaving aside the object, feeling and the absence feeling, realize. Feel an object before you. Any object, a rose flower, or anything will do. Feel an object before you, first feel it. Seeing won't do. Feel it. You see a rose flower, but your heart is not stirred. You are not feeling it. Otherwise you may start weeping and crying. Otherwise you may start laughing and dancing. You are not feeling it. You are just seeing. And even that seeing may not be complete, because we never see completely. The past, the memory says us, this is a rose, and we pass on. We have not seen it really. The mind says, this is a rose. We know everything about it. We have known roses. So what? Pass on. Just a glimpse. Enough to revive a memory of past experiences of roses. And you pass on. Even seeing is not complete. Remain with the rose. See it. Then feel it. What to do? To feel it. Smell it. Touch it. Let it become a deep bodily experience. First. Close your eyes. Let the rose touch your whole face. Feel it. Put it on the eyes. Let the eyes touch it. Smell it. Put it on the heart. Be silent with it. Give a feeling to the rose. Forget everything. Forget the whole world. Feel an object before you, and feel the absence of all other objects. Because if your mind is still thinking of other things, then this feeling will not penetrate deep. Forget all other roses, forget all other persons, forget everything. Just let this rose remain there. Only the rose, the rose, the rose. Forget everything. Let this rose envelop you completely. You are drowned in the rose. This will be difficult because we are not so sensitive. But for women, it will be not so difficult. They can feel it more easily. For men, it may be a little bit more difficult. Unless you have a very aesthetic developed sense, like a poet or a painter or a musician, who can feel things. But try. Children can do it very easily. I was teaching this method to one of my friend's son. He could feel very easily. When I gave him a rose flower and I told all that I have told to you, he did it. He enjoyed it deeply. And then I asked it, how you are feeling? He said, I have become a rose flower. That's the feeling. I have become a rose flower. Children can do it very easily, but we never train them. Otherwise they can be the best meditators. Forget all other objects completely. Feel the absence of all other objects. But this one. This is what happens in love. If you are in love with someone, you forget the whole world. If you are still remembering the world, then know well, this is not a love. You have forgotten the whole world. Only the beloved or the lover remains. That's why I say love is a meditation. You can use this technique also as a love technique. Forget everything else. Just a few days before, a friend came to me with his wife. His wife was complaining about a certain thing. That's why she had come. The friend said that I have been meditating for a year and now I am deep in it. And while I meditate, I have found it helpful that I suddenly, when a peak comes to my meditation, I cry, Rajnis, Rajnis, Rajnis. It helps me. But now a strange thing is happening. When I am making love to my wife, when I come to a sexual peak, I start crying, Rajnis, Rajnis, Rajnis. Because of this, my wife is very much disturbed. And she says, are you making love with me? Or are you meditating, or what are you doing? And why this Rajnis comes in? So the man said to me, it is now very difficult. Because if I don't cry Rajnis, Rajnis, I cannot achieve a peak. And if I cry, my wife is very much disturbed. She starts crying and weeping and making scenes. So what to do? So I have brought my wife. Of course, her wife's complaint is right. Because she would not like that someone else is present between the two. That means someone else is present. Love, that's why needs privacy, absolute privacy. The privacy is meaningful just to forget all else. In Europe and America now, they are working with group sex. That is nonsense. Many couples making love in one room. That is absolute nonsense. Because then love can never go very deep. It will become just a sex orgy. The presence of the other becomes a barrier. Then it cannot be meditative. With any object, if you can forget the whole world, you are in a deep love. With a rose or with a stone or with anything. But the condition is feel the presence of this object and feel the absence of all else. Let this object be the only existential thing in your consciousness. So it will be easy. If you try with some object, you are naturally in love. It will be difficult for you to put a stone, a rock before you and forget the whole world. It will be difficult. But Zen masters have done it. They have rock gardens for meditation. No flower, no tree, nothing. Just rock and sand. And they meditate on rocks. Because they say, if you can have a deep love relationship with a rock, then no man can create a barrier for you. And men are like rocks. If you can love a rock, then you can love any man. Then there is no problem. They are like rocks. Even more stony. It is difficult to break them and penetrate them. But choose some object you naturally love. and then forget the whole world. Relish the presence, taste the presence, feel it. Go deep in it and let it go deep in you. Then leaving aside the object, and then comes the most difficult part of this technique. You have left all other objects, only one object has remained. You have forgotten all, only one has remained. Now, leaving aside the object feeling, now leave aside the feeling that you have for this object. Leaving aside object feeling and the absence feeling of other objects. Now there are only two things. Everything else is absent. Now leave that absence also. Only this rose, this face, this woman, this man, this rock is present. Leave this also. And leave the feeling also. Suddenly you fall in an absolute vacuum. Now nothing remains. And Shiva says, realize this vacuum, this nothingness. This is your nature. This is pure being. It will be difficult to approach nothingness directly. Very difficult and arduous. So it is easy to pass through one object as a vehicle. First put one object in the mind and feel it so totally that you need not remember anything else. Your whole consciousness is filled with this one object. And then leave this also. Forget this also. You fall in an abyss. Now nothing remains. No object. Only your subjectivity is there. Pure, uncontaminated, unoccupied. This pure being, this pure consciousness is your nature. But do it in steps. Don't try the whole technique. First, create one object feeling. For a few days, only do this part. Don't do the whole technique. First, for a few days or for a few weeks, just do one part, the first part. Create object feeling. Be filled with the object. And use one object. Don't go on changing objects. Because with every object, you will have to do the same effort again. If you have chosen one rose flower, then go on using rose flower every day. Be filled with it. So that one day you can say, now I am the flower. The first part is fulfilled. When only the flower is there and all else has forgotten, then relish this idea for a few days. It is beautiful in itself. Very, very beautiful. Vital. Powerful in itself. Just feel it for a few days. And then when you are attuned to it and it has become easy, now you need not any struggle. The flower comes there, suddenly the whole world is forgotten and only the flower remains. Then try the second part. Then close your eyes and forget the flower also. If you have done the first, the second will not be difficult, remember. But if you try the whole technique in one sitting, the second will be impossible. Because if you can do the first, if you can forget the whole world for one flower, you can forget one flower also for nothingness. So the second part will come. The first you have to struggle first. But the mind is very tricky. The mind will always say, try it whole. And then you will not succeed. Then the mind will say, it is not useful or it is not for me. Try it in parts if you want to succeed. Let the first part be complete and then do the second. And when the object is not there, only your consciousness has remained, as if a light, a flame, without anything around it. You have a lamp, and the lamp's light falls on many objects. Visualize this. In your room there are many, many objects. One lamp you bring into the darkness of the room, all the objects are lightened. The lamp radiates light and every object you can see. Now remove objects. Let there be one object. The lamp is the same, but now only one object is there in its light. Now remove that object also. Now light remains without any object. The same happens in consciousness. You are a flame, a light. The whole world is your object. You delete the whole world. You choose one object for your concentration. Your flame remains the same, but now it is not occupied with multi-objects. It is occupied with only one. And then you drop that object also. Suddenly, there is simply light, consciousness. It is not falling on anything. This Buddha has called nirvana. This Mahavir has called Kaivalya. The total aloneness. This Upanishads have called the experience of the Brahma or Atman. Shiva says, if you can do this simple technique, you will realize the Supreme. 12th technique. When a mood against someone or for someone arises, do not place it on the person in question, but remain centered. When a mood against someone or for someone arises, do not place it in the person in question, but remain centered. Hate arises for someone, against someone, or love arises for someone. What we do? We project it on the person. If you feel hate towards me, you forget yourself completely in your hate. Only I become your object. If you feel love towards me, you forget yourself completely. Only I become the object. And you project your love or hate or whatsoever upon me. you forget completely the inner center of your being. The other becomes the center. This sutra says, when hate arises or love arises or any mood for or against anyone, don't project it on that person in question. Remember, you are the source of it. I love you. I feel, this is the ordinary feeling I feel, you are the source of my love. That's not real. I am the source. You are just a screen on which I project my love. You are just a screen, I project my love on you. But I say, you are the source of my love. This is not fact, this is fiction. I draw my love energy and project it on you. In that love energy projected on you, you become lovely. You may not be lovely to someone else. You may be absolutely repulsive to someone else. Why? If you are the source of love, then everyone must feel loving towards you. But you are not the source. I project love, you become lovely. Someone projects hate, you become repulsive. And another one doesn't project anything and he is indifferent. He may not even have looked at you. What is happening? We are projecting our own moods upon others. That's why if you are on your honeymoon, the moon looks beautiful, miraculous, wonderful. It seems the whole world is different. And on the same night, just for your neighbor, this miraculous night may not be in existence at all. His child has died. Then the same moon is just sad, intolerable. And for you, it is enchanting, fascinating. It is maddening. Why? Is the moon the source? Or is the moon just a screen and you are projecting yourself? This sutra says, when a mood against someone or for someone arises, do not place it on the person in question or on the object in question. Remain centered. Remember that you are the source. So don't move to the other, move to the source. When you feel hate, don't go to the object, go to the point from where the hate is coming. Not to the person it is going, but from the center it is coming. Move to the center, go with it. Use your hate or love or anger or anything as a journey towards your inner center, to the source. Move to the source and remain centered there. Try it. This is a very, very scientific, psychological technique. Someone has insulted you, anger suddenly erupts. You are feverish. Anger is flowing towards the person who has insulted you. No, you will project this whole anger on him. He has not done anything. He has insulted you. What he has done? He has just pricked you. He has helped your anger to arise. But the anger is yours. Because if he will go to a Buddha and insult him, he will not be capable to create any anger in him. Or if he goes to a Jesus, Jesus will give him the other cheek. Or if he goes to a Bodhidharma, he will roar in laughter. So it depends. He is not the source. Source is always within you. He is hitting the source. But if there is no anger within you, it cannot come out. If you hit a Buddha, only compassion will come out. Because only compassion is there. Anger will not come out because anger is not there. You throw a bucket in a dry well and nothing comes out. In a water-filled well, you throw a bucket and water comes out. But the water is from the well. The bucket only helped it to bring it out. So one who is insulting you is just throwing a bucket in you. And then the bucket will come out filled with anger, hate, fire that was within you. You are the source. Remember, for this technique, remember you are the source of everything that you go on projecting on others. Always remember this, and whenever there is a mood against or for, immediately move within and go to the source from where this hate is coming and remain centered there. Don't move to the object. Someone has given you a chance to be aware of your own anger. Thank him immediately and forget him. Close your eyes, move within. And now look at the source from where this lava of anger is coming. From where? Go within, move within. You will find the source exactly. Because the anger is coming from your source. Hate and love and anything is coming from your source. And the moment you go to the source, and it is easy to go while you are angry or in love or in hate, because then you are hard. It is easy to move in. The wire is hard and you can trace it in. You can move with that hardness inwards. And when you reach a cool point within, you will suddenly realize a different dimension, a different world opening before you. Use anger, use hate, use love to go within. We use it always to move to the other. And we feel very much frustrated if no one is there to project. Then even on inanimate objects we go on projecting. I have seen persons being angry at their shoes, throwing them in anger. What they are doing? I have seen persons angry, pushing the door in anger, throwing their anger on the door, abusing the door, using dirty language for the door. What they are doing? I will end with one Zen insight about this. One of the greatest of Zen masters, Linchi, used to say that while I was young, I was very fascinated by boating. So I had one small boat, and I will go in the lake alone. For hours together I will remain there. One day it happened, I was on my boat with closed eyes, meditating on the beautiful night. One empty boat came flowing downstream and struck with my boat. My eyes were closed, so I thought someone is here with his boat and he has stuck with my boat. Anger arose. I opened my eyes and I was just going to say something to that man in anger. Then I realized the boat is empty. So there was no way to move. To whom to express the anger? The boat was empty. It was just flowing down stream and it has come and stuck with my boat. So nothing to do. There was no possibility to project the anger. It is absolutely foolish to project the anger on an empty boat. So Linchi says, I closed my eyes. The anger was there, but finding no way out, I closed my eyes and I just floated backwards with the anger. And that empty boat became my realization. And I came to a point within me in that silent night. That empty boat was my guru. And now, if someone comes in a boat and it strikes me, I laugh and I say, this boat is also empty. I close my eyes and I go within. Use this technique. It may work miracles for you.